I want to suggest that we begin to institutionalize apprenticeship in universities. People should, it's not, in around 2014, 2014, 2010, 12, 13, 14, something came up in Nigeria. They call it entrepreneurship. People were teaching people how to do entrepreneurship here and there. So this race for entrepreneurship. People were, even me. I did a course in entrepreneurship in the university that time in 2013, 2014. We did some courses in entrepreneurship, and they were basically theory and nothing practical about it. Until this day, I couldn't. I don't know what I was taught, and I am not even sure I was able to use any knowledge from those classes to better my life today. That is an error. Please, if policy makers in Nigeria will come across this video, I want to suggest this, and I know that is going to help the country. All universities in Nigeria, turn them to apprenticeship platforms where somebody can go to just 1 year course, 1 year course, or let's say 1 year program. That person can go and learn a skill, and not just physical theoretical skills. In fact, from nursery, primary, secondary to university, let it be free of charge, or if possible, let government provide fund. And if it will not be free, then let people pay at a subsidized rate to go and learn, filmmaking, learn content creation, barbing, and mechanic, all the roadside businesses that we have, even how to run a boutique, then there can be platforms whereby the people can be, apprenticeship started in Nigeria. I'm being just hyperbolic. The Igbo system of apprenticeship, the Igbos, they are the founders of apprenticeship system, and many Igbos use this system to pull themselves and their families out of poverty. You say, okay, this side runs. You have somebody who is a spare part seller in Lagos. Then he will go to the village and take his younger brother or a cousin or a family or somebody. He will take him to Lagos, and then after 7 years of teaching him the nitty gritty of the business, he eventually releases him with capital to start his own. Now let us look at it now. Why not modernize this system and make it compulsory? If compulsory in secondary schools, all secondary schools in Nigeria, they should be turned into technical system. Technical. Let pupils or students learn a craft, a technique, a technology, a tech. Learn something that can be useful, that when they come out of the university, come out of school, they can use that skill to begin to make money, to better their lives. We have a system of education that is highly theoretical. You go to university, go to polytechnic, colleges of education, and everything is theory. Nothing is practical. So why not begin to incorporate these things into the curriculum? Let it be there that as a child enters secondary school, the moment you enter secondary school in JSS1, call the child and the parent, and then, in fact, not even from class 3 in primary school, primary 3, let there be a pattern. The teachers should observe the children, observe what they like, and then from class 3 to class 5 or 6, they should be, at the basic level, introducing them to some of the things. Okay, for instance, what do you want to be? What do you want to, a skill you want to acquire? Then let there be list of skills that they can acquire. And if a child say, okay, for instance, I want to learn photography, from that day, that child should be placed in that situation. That they should start teaching him photography at the basic level, how to edit, how to crop, how to do this and that. And along the line, when he gets to secondary school, they should organize a system whereby he can have a physical apprenticeship that he goes to his master once a week, every once a week, let's say every Friday or every Mondays. The mentor will either come to school and meet the students one on one in school and teach them some of these things, or they create a system whereby there's a report, the child will go, whatever they learn, they document it. He will be with the master, and he will be under apprenticeship from SS1 to SS3 until he finishes his secondary school. He is learning the craft. And the moment he finishes secondary school, there should be a package that as he's ending his school, the equipment he needs, the tools he needs for him to set up his own studio, for instance, let government provide the tools for him. Sometimes I have situation whereby people like Peter Obi will go to schools, they will buy a laptop and give the school. For me, it shouldn't be just general. Let it be specific. Identify students that want to do A, B, or C. Then let them be placed under apprenticeship, and then people like Peter Obi that are philanthropists and others, they can identify philanthropists, then send them name of 100 students. Okay, we have 100 students who have mastered this. We need to buy them this and that. And then when the money is supplied, they should buy the equipment, the tools needed. And it is not just that they buy and give them, they will go and sell it away and come back. There should be a pattern of monitoring until they establish themselves. Well, you can teach, you can take a cow to the river, but you may not force it to drink water. But let the system do it best. Let the country do it best for the people first. So let us go back to the days of apprenticeship. This one now is institutionalized. And somebody can just go to university and and pay a little token, and then some of these things that they will go to school and learn, and for university and spend 5 years, 6 years, you can have a crash course that somebody can go and learn, either to be certified. Some Let it be in. If you come to the West, they do it. In the Western world, there are people that don't even go to university, but they have attended universities. Not the normal way. They come for weekend program, part time, and then it's just courses. They do a course and they show them practical. Why not do things like that? It's important. Let us reevaluate our educational system.